Hello, my name is Jay Martin. This is TW Replays. We are watching a Napoleon game. We are on the map Prussian Hills. One of my non-preferences is maybe the best way to put it. In this game, obviously, we are 3v3. Playing on my team is, I think, a couple of new players. There's a few good players on the opposing team. Shrek. I'm sorry, I'm right here. I'm GB. Shrek's over here, I know, and then there's at least I'm gonna call his name Malaga from the Livgarde team. Is over there somewhere. I don't really recall what position he was playing, but it's not really relevant to what I kind of want to get at. Um, Let me start out. Oh, there's the cat, by the way. Let me start out with this statement that half of your army should be dead. Half of your army should be dead. And if it isn't dead, then you are not doing things properly. And hopefully half of the other guy's army is dead too. And what that means is that you are fighting. And what I'm getting at is when it comes to team games, if I'm the GB player here, and this Austrian player in the center is not comfortable with the map or whatever his problem is, but he decides to not engage. And what this means is that I'm going to be engaging. I'm going to get 2v1 is the short version, but I'm going to be engaging the Prussian player here. I'm also fighting off the French player here that's getting on my flank. Sending in token cav charges is not a solution to this problem. I need you to be in the line. Be in the line. Fight people. Half of your army should be dead. And if it isn't, then what that means is I'm going to get double teamed. So we can spin this game into fast forward. I've already said everything that I really wanted to say. But this is kind of why I think that 2v2 is my preferred mode for multiplayer. Not 3v3 actually, which is the common thing. But I think that 2v2 is the strongest test of talent. Because in a 2v2 game, if you are passive and both of your opponents are aggressive and you hold back, that gives them room to jump on your teammate's going to die and then you're going to lose the game. But when you do play like this is what you should be looking at. This right here. If you just don't engage in the game, then that means your partners are going to get double teamed, and no matter how hard they fight, they're going to lose, and then overall your team's going to lose. And this game could have gone a lot of directions. I'll concede there was probably just more raw skill on the other side of the field than we had brought to this battle, but you'll watch the position unfold very quickly. Right, this is the demise of my army. The Austrians are still back here, not participating. And the outcome of this game, we would have to say, is fairly predictable. So, what do I think this means in terms of how you should be playing? You need to get in there and fight. That's it. And half of your army should be dead. Hopefully half the other guy's army is dead too. All right. But if you sit back like this and don't participate in the battle, then we start getting into things like, what was it called? The square law that I talked about, that initial, casualty deficits snowball. If you don't participate in the game, then that's what's going to happen. And what I think is kind of a problem, is that the game doesn't explicitly teach you this, right? In fact, the game might be teaching the opposite. So what is Austria thinking right now? They're thinking, well, my army's still alive. I think I did a pretty good job. My army's alive. Why did my dumbass teammate to the left there get his shit routed? Well, the reason I routed is because you didn't support me. But the game doesn't teach you that. The game is kind of teaching you the opposite. What's this guy thinking? I'm still alive. I did something right. But the truth, the fact of the matter is, this guy messed up horribly, which resulted in me getting killed. But the game doesn't teach you that, which is I think an interesting conundrum. Interesting. I'm not sure kind of what to think about that. But it's something that happened, and I think a lot of new players get into this. I think I commented on a game like 10 years ago, and I said, when I first started playing, the idea that I had to send my troops in to get shot at and die was like really like a big deal for me. I was like, wait a minute, isn't the goal of the game to keep your people alive? And then eventually I learned no, the goal of the game is to trade your people more efficiently, but a lot of your people are going to die. And I don't think the game makes that clear to newer players. I don't know how you would make that clear. I mean, but that's kind of, maybe problem is the wrong word, but the game doesn't really teach you to do that. Which is interesting and odd. So these players that get in these games that break down like this learn wrong habits. How do you solve that? I don't know. But the point is, you need to get in there and fight. If you get in there and fight, the worst case is you trade 1-to-1 with your opponent. Sure, that's fine. If you get in there and fight and you lose the game, okay, that's fine. You got in there and fought. There's no problem with that. Nobody's ever going to say no GG to that. You get in there and fight, GG. Sure, no problem. Every game that happens, somebody's going to win it, somebody's going to lose it. It's 50-50. You got to accept that. Maybe you're a good player and you win 52% of your games. Great, good for you. But if you sit back and play like this, that's not going to happen. It's certainly not going to happen in team games. So I think it's an interesting issue. How do you train new players that, hey, half of your army should be dead? That's a sign of progress. It's really counterintuitive to most video games. Right? But it's the truth in this video game. So I thought that was an interesting thing worth sharing. Fact of life. If half of your army isn't dead, then you're doing something wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that was at least briefly educational. By all means, check out the Discord if you're looking for information. We do have a tournament going on. I don't want to push that too much, but anyway, I hope you have a great week. My name is Jay Martin. This is TDW Replays. Signing off. See you in the next video.